So we have a problem with AI. The quality of this thing, it's really scary. Now, before I dig deeper, I'm Casinio, also known as the Digital Alchemist. And believe it or not, I actually love AI and I'm using it more and more. Whether it's for building websites or tutorials, or actually even in the videos, more and more. Actually, a couple of videos ago on this channel, at one point, I don't know if you spotted, I said, let's address the elephant in the room. I was actually mind blown because a few years ago, that would have taken me hours minimum to try to get this level of seamless integration. And now it just took me a few minutes using Photoshop. So that was just nothing short of amazing. And the more I dig deeper, and the easier it gets, and it's just so much fun. And that takes me to the first problem. Because in my opinion, there are two ways to use AI. So one of the ways I see a lot of people want to use AI for is just what I call the lazy pattern. So basically people just want to use AI because they're lazy. Now don't get me wrong, if you can do something on the easier side, like I just explained with the elephant in the room, then of course it's great. But that also means I had to think about doing that stuff with AI. I had to bring in my own creativity. So that's the other way to do things. So the first way, the lazy pattern, is as opposed to the creative pattern or active pattern. The lazy pattern is, I don't want to create a video. I don't want to put in the time. So basically, let me write the whole script with ChatGPT, and then let me find a service that's just going to use a kind of robotic voice, and then put some random stock images on the video, and I'm going to publish and make a faceless channel. And I know that's very popular, and I won't have to do anything, and it's just gonna work. To me, I'm sorry, but that's the lazy pattern. Now, granted, some people probably made millions of dollars doing that, a few months ago, or maybe a year ago or something, when AI is just getting traction. And of course, the first people who come in are always gonna get it. But the more we use it, the less this is going to happen. Instead, what's going to happen is you go on YouTube and you want to watch a video, let's say, a web design tutorial. And instead of seeing a human face, with its flaws, with its mistakes, you're going to see kind of a
robotic voice with a robotic avatar.
And it's going to be so impersonal. It's going to be so not human that personally, I don't know about you, but when I click on a video and the first few seconds I hear that robotic voice, I'm just clicking off. Okay. Now technology is going so fast that probably a year from now, 2 years, or even 6 months, we don't know because it's going so fast, you won't even have to go through that. So basically the voice is going to be perfect. I was just checking I think it's HeyGen website. They have this thing with custom avatars, like you can really avatar yourself basically, and it looks so real. It's scary. But even if it was that perfect, just me knowing, hey, this is a bot and there's no human interaction really, is it just me? But I don't want to watch those type of videos. Unless, okay, let's say I'm just searching for something really quick, I couldn't care less. Okay, just give me the information that I need. I'm lacking a piece of information to perform something. I don't have time. I don't care. But this is called YouTube. So in YouTube, there is you. So you have to basically expose yourself. And I can give you one example. There are so many camera channels doing gear reviews and all of that. But there is this one channel called Camera Conspiracies. And basically Camera Conspiracies, I love this channel so much that I even watch the videos about gear I never intend to purchase. I prefer Sony, I'm gonna be honest, and DJI. But let's say it's a video about Canon or Nikon. Usually I'm not gonna even watch, but on Camera Conspiracies, I'm gonna go because of the human element. Because the host of this channel called Casey, just like me, it's a coincidence, but Casey has this way of being entertaining and giving information, and I just love this channel so much. Now, just put that into perspective with a channel where it's a robotic avatar. So for me, the right way to use AI is to add your own creativity or your own spin. Maybe you're not a creative person, but add your own personality, add your own stuff, and then use AI to enhance this. Actually, in one of the videos I published on the other channel, it was a tutorial about how to create a booking website with WordPress. And basically, I decided to use a hair salon website for the tutorial. I thought that was funny, given I shave my hair all the time. And for that, I use AI. I use AI to generate pictures of myself with hair. And I thought that was hilarious. Now, before I move on to the next reason why I think we have a problem with AI, I have to answer a question. Someone asked me, hey, how many black t-shirts do you have? Do you have actually more than one? And yeah, if you look at my wardrobe, it's like everything is black. I have a lot of black t-shirts, black trousers, black everything. I got a black suitcase, a black fridge, black chairs, black shoes, a black bag. Well, you get the idea. Now, ironically, I also love wearing white, but let's say that in a warm country, it's more of a challenge. Also, the second reason is that it's way easier. I never have to think, hey, what am I going to wear today? It's just easy, it's black. And when I go shopping, I don't have to go for hours. Hey, where my t-shirt at? Where my black shirt at? Black trousers, black everything, so easy. Now let's talk about reason number 2. And number 2 is simply the fact that AI was built on a human component. Because in order to be able to produce that much content so rapidly, it needed to feed on content that was created. And that content was created by people with their creativity, with their flaws, with their reasoning, and that's why AI has been feeding on. Now, I'm not that technical into AI to know exactly what's going to happen, and I suppose AI is intelligent enough to reinvent itself. But my question is, isn't everything going to look the same? Now, might be different when we're talking about images and text, and there are very different outlets when it comes to AI. As long as it's digital, basically AI can do something about it. But when it comes to images, for example, I can create crazy things with AI. That's so awesome. But with the current technology, you can see some of the flaws. Sometimes on some images, you can see, hey, it's not perfect here. Here I got 6 fingers, all of that. But all in all, it's getting good, especially if you go for the big boys like Midjourney. It's awesome. But the question is, after a few years, what is the AI going to feed on? Because is it going to feed on itself? Then isn't everything going to start looking the same? And I just want to give you an example. I know there's a few channels using just AI for the images, for the thumbnails. Kind of the lazy pattern because there's no creativity, basically. And a lot of people can now spell those images because we're being trained. So there is a level of maturity that's coming with learning a new technology, like internet back in the day, and now AI. It's like, the first few weeks, everybody was like, wow, that's awesome. I couldn't tell this is AI, but now you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is AI generated. So the question is AI going to be able to reinvent itself, or is everything going to look the same? Because it gets repetitive and boring. Like, for example, I could have gone to ChatGPT and asked, hey, give me the 3 main problems with AI. And then it would have given me this super top-notch article. Here are the 3 reasons. But the issue with this is, if any other creator on YouTube does the same thing, what's going to happen? All the videos are going to look the same. Now, I know I'm going to an extreme, but just imagine that everybody did that. I mean, YouTube and the internet would become so boring. At least that's what I think. So that's the second issue. You still need to have some creativity to feed the AI beast. And that was addressing point number 1. If you're using the lazy pattern, then we really have a problem. If you're using the creative pattern, so the good way of using AI, then maybe there's hope. Now, before I move on to the third reason why I think there is a problem with AI, that's something I gotta do. So the third problem is, with great power comes great responsibilities, or something like that. What I mean by this is, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I saw something on the, I think, HeyGen website, where basically you can clone yourself, have your own avatar. At the time of recording the video, it's super expensive, like all AI video, but the quality of this thing, it's really scary. And that's awesome, but if you factor in this new thing with the video and also the fact that you can clone your voice, so now basically anyone could create a clip about anyone else and pretend, hey, they did this, they said that. And that's where we need to draw a line, because just imagine what's going to happen. I saw, I don't know if it was a post or a video, was explaining what's going to happen in the court of law if, let's say, some crime is committed. Now we can talk about real life crimes or digital crimes. And how can the court know, especially when you look at the court systems in most countries that's so outdated, it takes them like 20 years to catch up. with what we're currently doing in technology. So how would they know, hey, this is the deep fake, this is completely fake? How will they know? They will need experts, right? But we know how slow justice can be. So, but that aside, if we just talk about what we're doing in the digital world, it raises an issue. It really raises an issue for content creators, but even for web designers, web developers. So many things can be fake now. How will you know who was the original creator? Now, I know there are tools that can, for example, with ChatGPT, there are tools that will know, hey, this was created with AI. But how long will it take for AI to create a countermeasure to that so you cannot find it? If you get my point. And now they're talking about AI robots. Now, I absolutely love technology, so I want to see those things happen. I want to see AI robots. I think this is great, but just imagine if the AI robots, if there's no line that has been drawn to separate what can be done and what cannot be done. I mean, those AI robots, they're going to be like 1 billion times smarter than you are, than I am, and than all of us combined. So just imagine what they could do. So I think this is where we have to be really careful. And it's one thing to be enthusiastic, and I am enthusiastic about AI, but some measures need to be taken. What can you do? What can you not do? So now it's your turn. What about you? Do you use AI, and do you resonate with my concerns, or are you going to brush it off? Or maybe you got some other issues with AI. I'd really like to know. Cut. Okay, I've been recording for 15 minutes. I wish AI could actually edit this video and in 30 seconds I could post it on YouTube. Nope, ain't gonna happen yet. Now I can go and finish my coffee. Now, if AI can make coffee that good, then maybe, I will delete this video. You know what? Maybe I should have asked ChatGPT to do that video and then, just use a AI voice to do it.
These are the 3 reasons why AI is the bad thing for humanity. Cut.
Nah, I like to do it my way. Cut.